In the amazing world of diverse cultures, religions, and beliefs, there is only one divine home, the heart of spirit. All beings reside in that holy heart. From the beginning, it has always been so. Spirit blesses all beings, sharing its unlimited goodness with everyone. Right here, right now, this divine heart within each of us knows that we are one with each other and one with the one. All life is held within Spirit's loving presence. Its divine essence of goodness, wisdom, abundance, and love is perfectly expressed in the hearts and lives of all beings. I claim for all of us, each and every one of us, that this eternal truth is intuitively known in the hearts of all people, and that love pours forth from each of us without limit, guiding us on the pathway of life, so that we move forward together as one in unity and in love. Around the world, Spirit expresses as grace, peace, compassion, understanding, and love. All life is honored as an expression of the divine heart. Our hearts are grateful for all of these gifts and those yet unknown. With awe and reverence, I release this world to the one mind, knowing it is done, and so it is. Well, let's see here. Peggy, how about the definition this morning? Peggy, you're muted. We all do that.
Yeah. My computer's been really slow and I have not been able to pull the document up yet.
Oh, okay. Then Spring, how about you giving us the definition, please?
Sure. Love, the pure essence of being that binds together the whole human family. From the Revealing Word by Charles Fillmore.
Sandy, how about the quote?
If we make ourselves receptive to the idea of love, we become lovable. To the degree that we embody love, we are love. This is why people who love are loved. It does not pay to hate. Hate is a human idea. Love is the divine verity. Can We Talk to God by Ernest Holmes.
Terry, how about the Bible?
1 Corinthians 16, verse 14. Let all your deeds be done with love.
And this morning's reading is from a book entitled Loving Kindness by Sharon Salzberg. And I picked the first couple of pages of the chapter entitled Living Our Love. And a quote from William Wordsworth: with an eye made quiet by the power of harmony and the deep power of joy, we see into the life of things. We once brought one of our teachers to the United States from India. After he had been there for some time, we asked him for his perspective on our Buddhist practice in America. While he was mostly very positive about what he saw, one critical thing stood out. Our teachers said that those practicing here in the West sometimes remind him of people in a rowboat. They row and row and row with great earnestness and effort, but they neglect to untie the boat from the dock. He said he noticed people striving diligently for powerful meditative experiences, wonderful transcendence, going beyond space, time, body, and mind, but not seeming to care so much about how they relate to others in day-to-day way. How much compassion do they express towards the plumber who is late or the child who makes a mess? How much kindness, how much presence, how much love. The path may lead to many powerful and sublime experiences, but the path begins here with our daily interaction with each other. All living beings, all of us want to be happy, yet so few have any idea about how to realize this desire. As I mentioned earlier, this fact is said to be the inspiration behind the Buddha's decision to teach the Dharma. When he looked around the world, he saw a being with his desire for happiness and love doing over and over again in their ignorance the very things that were bringing them suffering. Once the Buddha did decide to offer the teachings, he began by teaching people to be generous and to be very careful about what they say and do. If they want to enjoy happiness, taking the care to be ethical is a cardinal means for that aspiration. The Buddha taught that if the heart is full of love and compassion, which is the inner state, the outer manifestation is care and connectedness, which is mortality. They are both aspects of the same radiance. Ethical conduct, sila in Pali, is along with generosity, the necessary foundation of liberation. It is the beginning of the path and also one of the path's great fruits and culminations. The Buddha taught moral conduct as the source of true beauty, more fundamental than any relative, conventional, or transitory sense of beauty. Moral conduct is the reflection of our deepest love, concern, and care. The Buddha once said that if we truly love ourselves, we would never harm another because we are all interconnected. To protect another is to protect oneself. To protect oneself is to protect another. Sila works on all levels of our relationships, our relationship to ourselves, to other people, and to the environment around us. Everything is interwoven. The things we do, the things we think about, the things we care about, all make a difference in the totality we are part of. If we want to quiet our minds, to bring our lives into spiritual truth, to see into the life of things, we need to live in harmony. There is no way to disregard our behavior than sit down in a formal posture on a meditation cushion and experience freedom, because each part of our life is thoroughly intermeshed with every other part. That is why we consider what the Buddha called right livelihood an intrinsic aspect of the liberating path. We cannot engage for 8 hours a day in work that involves lying, for example, or harming in some other way, and also feel whole within, unfragmented when we undertake spiritual practice. Thus, we need to look to all of life, to our relationship to all beings, and our aspiration to be full. And today's affirmation is, I attract loving and nurturing relationships. And it says for our practice is tell someone 3 things you are grateful for. So the beginning of the journaling is, it was a different love. So go ahead and begin. Okay, go ahead and begin to wrap it up. And does anybody have something they'd like to share this morning that they've written? Terry, go ahead.
When I think of love, romantic love is the thing that pops into my head. Books, movies, people romanticize love to look like something that is really only a small portion of what love is. Love begins with the self, loving God, loving me as I am with flaws and all. When I walk the earth with this love, it extends to all others, to all other beings. My dog reminds me constantly how to love. She is in the moment, just joyful to be alive. Everything is a joy, from going for a walk to meeting new people, to playing and running and being, with a capital B, happy and peaceful with life. Love and joy are her constant place of being. When I am in the moment, love and joy are my being also.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to share what they've written? Yeah, there's the girl. There's Kachina. Joy and love.
I'll share the beginnings of what I started to write.
Okay.
It was a different love than ever experienced before. Platonic yet intimate, cozy, interdependent, not codependent. Forced by circumstances to share the same very small space, including the same mattress, both loving the salsa experience, partners on the dance floor, and at the beginning and the end of the night, one in the dance, then sharing Mexican tacos afterwards, and our impressions. He working by day while I in his apartment during the day, also shared with two other families, received, collected, and prepared an expanding number of suitcase items filled for their extended families in his home village in the state of Puebla. He got me to and from the airport, mostly at midnight. Me intensely, loving, me intensely using all my acquired language, social, and negotiating skills getting non-mailable items prepped for hand delivery in his small village in Mexico through customs, through negotiating, through buses, plane, buses, bike taxi, etc., and then delivering all the items. Spending 3 weeks in Mexico and bringing back items for their families throughout the Bay Area and throughout the United States. And I could go on, but it was all surrounded in love.
Hey, thank you. We still have time for one more if anyone else would like to share. No one? Interesting, Terry, you shared about dogs, so did I. You can tell Terry and I are pet lovers. That's where I went also. So no one else wants to share? Let's see who's up today for the prayer. Crystal, you get to pray us out today.
Okay. So, as we journey out into the world today, let us reflect the divine goodness that is love within all of us, knowing that that's inside of us. We're always carrying it with us in every action that we do today. We're open to experiencing more and more love, finding God's grace in all the little moments that we share with others and that we share with ourselves. We give great thanks for these beautiful experiences that are left for us to find, little treasures. And we give great thanks for this, and so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
And as you walk through the day to day, just remember the families that are left behind in Atlanta and Boulder. Just holding them close in your heart as they walk this journey of grief with the loss of their family members. So just a little thought for the day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And we will see you tomorrow morning. And Spring, go ahead and hang on.
Okay.
Everybody.